who is your garbage person of the week?
Usually I give it a setup, but I think discovering exactly this dude's point is more fun. So let's just take a look.
If your child or grandchild comes home one day and they're confused about their gender, who has confused them? Maybe it was the school teachers, maybe it was the propaganda they get on their cell phones. By the way, I'm recommending no cell phones for children until they're old enough to pay for those cell phones themselves. There might be a demonic voice whispering to that little girl, it's okay to pretend that you're a boy. When it gets into sin and lying about and self-hatred about your own identity, that's when it's a demonic influence, and your child needs to be brought to a pastor who knows how to do that exorcism.
Yeah, it ended with exorcism. That is former Colorado State Legislator Gordon Klingenschmitt. And he's wearing a mock turtleneck, so we should mock him. He's a guy who was elected to write laws, and he is also a guy who looks like a mixture of like evil Bill Murray in some angles, but also in the sci-fi movie about the future, the person who runs the cult in the future in space. And this, what gets me that makes it super garbage is this like matter of fact, and in the same way that I'm gonna advocate that you get an exorcism, I'm also advocating that, listen, the family plan, don't get the kid in on the family plan with the cell phone until they're of age to buy. This is just some practical advice. Also, exorcisms work, and it's a demon. Amazing.
It's just amazing to see full-grown adults, or somewhat full-grown. Somebody pointed out in the chat, I think this is a Ray Vana original. It's a person with a capital head and a lowercase face.
That's funny.
Funny, but anyway, who believes in demons, like literally, like believes in demons. Man, I read about elves and orcs all the time. I read about some crazy stuff. And then you know what I do? I close the book, I put it down, and I dwell in the real world again. You need to understand the difference between reality and fantasy. And I'll also say, I don't know if maybe we can put that video up again as B-roll. I understand that this guy is very concerned about kids. I don't have a kid yet, I'm gonna have a kid. When I have a kid, I would say somewhere in the world, there's incredibly advanced technology that can measure super brief bits of time. Not a second, not a microsecond, much smaller than that. But nowhere in the world is there a machine that can measure a period of time brief enough that I would ever allow my future child to be alone with that man. I will just say that. You're talking to me about kids, dude? If I asked Midjourney to generate a predator, it could generate that sentient thumb.
Is it a jacket over a mock turtleneck, or is it just all one piece with shoulder pads sewn in? I can't tell.
Pants. It's a onesie, actually. You just slide over your head.
It's just like the amount, the tiny little bit of technology you have to have in order to look like a newscast.
I know, it's kind of frustrating that that's happened. That guy should be like ranting on a street corner, smeared in his own excrement. Anyway. Keep that guy away from your kids, would be my advice. And also search the hard drive.